So I last spoke to you for Southpaw, and I was thinking about, I mean, obviously the characters are very different, but it's both, movies that pivot on the loss of a wife. So what interests you about that subject of loss?
Yeah, I mean, initially I hesitated with this film because I was in the midst of prepping for Southpaw, and when I finally decided to do it, I was 2 weeks into shooting it, and I did this right after, and I thought, I don't know. But as I read the script, there was something so unconventional about his way of dealing with loss, and it eventually became a story about kind of defying convention that I fell for it. Found myself, and even when I'm sitting with audiences, they're laughing in so much of the movie, which is wonderful and like equally as cathartic for an audience as it was for me to destroy a house,
That must have been pretty enjoyable. It was definitely, it looked cathartic.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I think there's this moment in this movie when the initial sort of laugh happens where you kind of go, oh, wait, should I be? And it's amazing because I think it is in that moment sort of defying convention that you walk into this movie. Even, that's my biggest frustration is, people hear about something and they go, oh, that must be really sad, And ultimately, I mean, in my opinion, it's a sort of beautiful journey that it is sad in ways, but it's also really enjoyable, I think. So.
Well, speaking of that, there's that amazing sequence where you dance around Midtown, which is, pretty definitely throwing off convention. And I saw Jean-Marc said you just pretty much improv that.
Yeah.
What was that like? It must have been.
It was. I was nervous, very nervous about it leading up to it. I didn't know what day we were going to shoot some of that stuff. He would just give me an iPod with earphones. He'd hand it to me, and he'd pick the music, and he'd say, "Time to dance," So that was nerve-wracking and embarrassing initially, and then you kind of just break through and you just go, this is great fun. As great fun tends to usually be, it starts off with a level of like hesitation and potential embarrassment, and even if it is embarrassing, which in my opinion when I watch it is, doing it was a great release. So.
Well, when you're like leaping between those like posts, that was pretty impressive.
I mean, I would hope most people could be able to they weren't that far apart.
Yeah, I guess. I was impressed.
But thank you. I mean, I guess when you see an actor do anything, that's like, it was amazing to watch you walk. Wow, you're an actor. Well, thank you. Yeah.